What's up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to my channel. This is my Q&A for the Thursday. Yes, I'm doing Q&As twice a week now. You can send in your questions via Twitter or YouTube inbox, description box down below with all the details on how you can do so. And let's get started with this one. As my boy Scott Casey Yale asked, should William Regal commentate on Raw or SmackDown? Nah, I think he fits well on NXT. I like his commentary skills, but I don't think they're good enough to be on Raw. Maybe SmackDown, but not on Raw. As much as crap that is Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, and JBL, they still do a decent enough job where I think they shouldn't be really overall replaced. Do you like Kevin Kelly in ROH? Yeah, he's alright. He does his job well. Nothing more I could say there. Brian Wolmer asks, what are your thoughts on TNA bringing back the Six-Sided Arena in New York City? Good for them. Hope it works out for them. I don't really care all that much, so I don't really have too much thoughts on it, but hey, good for them. And what are your thoughts on Global Forces Wrestling deal with New Japan? That's good. You know, New Japan has a lot of great Japanese talent that I think would draw somewhat of an American audience eyes. I definitely think the Bullet Club would be a very good team for them to have if they last that long. And if Global Force picks up a TV deal soon enough to utilize the Bullet Club. So I think it's really good, especially if, you know, like I said, they can get a TV deal soon enough, especially how hot the Bullet Club is now. Just imagine if they're on national TV. I think a lot of fans would find the Bullet Club a little bit interesting. So, yeah, that's a good deal. It all depends on how Global Force, though, how they execute the use of the wrestlers from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Michael Schultz asked, who in the hell did Damian Sandow piss off, and is his career done? As far as Damian Sandow, who he probably pissed off, I think he probably pissed off John Cena during one of their matches. That's my personal opinion. Or maybe he was going through a backstage rib and he didn't take it too kindly, kind of like what happened to an Alex Riley. And is his career done? Crazier things have happened in wrestling, man. I don't think his career is done. You know, one minute you could be a jobber, the next minute you could be a main eventer. That's how crazy the wrestling world is. So I don't think his career is done. We'll see in time where his career will end up being, but I don't think his career is done. You know, like I said, wrestling is just crazy. You don't know what will happen. Mike Bud Lightyear asked, should Cena beat Flair's 16-time title record? No. Don't even put that in my head. Cena, I think the most Cena should have is what he has now, 14. I don't think he really needs any more world titles. If he does beat Ric Flair's record, it'll just be such a sad, sad day. And his second question is, should Lita/Trish Stratus return to help put over the newer divas? Yeah, it would be a nice idea. You have to find a diva that you know will stay long term with the company, because normally an average diva's life expectancy in the WWE or just any wrestling company in general is like 4 to 5 years. Yes, some women wrestlers will leave WWE and go to another promotion and wrestle out there, but when it comes to the WWE, and especially if you're a diva that actually breaks, you know, through different barriers and avenues of entertainment or just social media in general, you tend to only stay there for like 4 to 5 years and, you know, do other things. That's why some divas are very successful outside of WWE. Look at Maurice, look at Ashley, look at Candice Michelle. You know, they are still successful because and Kelly. These divas are still successful because even though you're not really hearing much about them, they probably have some pretty good gigs that we don't really know about. And, you know, with, you know, Paige only being 21 and I believe Emma's only 23. I don't know how old Sasha Banks is, but I'm pretty sure she's young. And Summer Rae being 30. Those are some of the newer divas on the block that I think could be top divas for the WWE and the next big four for them. You know, with their ages, by the time, like, you know, 4 to 5 years, Paige will be 26. Emma would be 29. Summer is definitely, you're going to be like 36, 35 years old. And, you know, like I said, I don't know really Sasha Banks' age, but, you know, if you look at if you're a 26-year-old Paige, and let's just say, you know, Paige has all the limits in the world, and she breaks over to that, you know, different barrier of entertainment and media, are you going to stay into the WWE or, you know, go test your avenues outside and be successful and come back to wrestle whenever you feel like it? Same with the Emma. Let's say if she breaks through those barriers and stuff, are you going to stay in the WWE or are you going to go outside and break other barriers and then come back whenever the hell you feel like it? That's just the bottom line, because the WWE will pay them whatever they want to come back. That's what happened with the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins worked it perfectly. They went to go do other projects on the side and, you know, take a little break, and then they came back and they got paid a lot more than they are now. That's for damn sure. So, in all honesty, it's a great idea to have Trish or Lita come back, but they need to find a diva that's going to last them for the next 8, 9, 10 years, that won't be gone for long periods of time. You know, will probably take one huge break in their career, but at the end of the day will come back to the WWE and will always be a full-time pro wrestler for them. Not like a part-time pro wrestler, but a full-time pro wrestler. You know, just takes a 1-year break, like kind of like what Trish Stratus did and kind of what like Lita did in the later part of their career. So, you know, at this time I would say no, but we would have to see in the future. But yeah, it would be a good thing for the Divas if they did. James Forcom asks, if Austin would have wrestled Hogan, do you think the crowd would have booed him like The Rock? Yes. Hogan knows how to control a crowd. There's one thing Hulk Hogan knows how to do, and that's control of motherfucking crowds. So, yes, I think the fans would be booing him like they did with The Rock. So, that's just the bottom line. My boy, the rapper Beats asks, how do you think the WWE would be different if Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero never died? Eddie would definitely be a trainer in NXT. I think he would be very, very good for all the luchadors moving up to the NXT rank, helping them learn about the American style. So Eddie would be a trainer, and I would see Chris Benoit being a road agent that comes out of retirement every once in a while to teach some little punk kid respect. Like, I could totally see Chris Benoit, like, wrestling on NXT, like, teaching Tyler Breeze respect and all these other kids. So I could see Chris Benoit being a great road agent, though. He would have been a really, really good road agent. Eddie, would he have done stuff in the ring? I don't know if Eddie would have done stuff in the ring as much as Benoit. I truly think Benoit would still, you know, somewhat wrestle. I think Eddie would probably wrestle every once in a blue moon, but Benoit, you know, once every year, you know, he would come out and wrestle. So that's just my opinion on it. And where do you think Jeff Hardy would be if he never left the company? Same position he was when he was with the company, you know, being that mid-card top babyface for them. So, yeah, that's where I think Jeff Hardy would be. Feel bad for the guy, you know, ruining his career in TNA. Facepalm Pancakes 20 asks, Q&A joke. Wrestling is obviously fake. 2 guys fighting over a belt, and they're not even wearing pants. LOLOLOLOL knee slapper. It's pretty funny. Question. If John Cena wins Money in the Bank, should they do a Cena versus Kane versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam for the main event if Bryan is back at that time? It sounds like a logical idea, but I don't think the WWE will do it because Brock Lesnar's coming back, and Cena versus Brock Lesnar beats all in the WWE's eyes. I'm not saying it beats all in my eyes, but in the WWE's eyes, in the business terms, it does beat all. So, yeah, I don't think that triple threat will happen. Reed19 asks, will the WWE commentary ever be good again? And I don't know. You know, Michael Cole actually has some potential to be interesting. He's had moments where he's been really, really good. But he's just such a little, like, he listens to everything they put in his ear. You know when they're talking to the people in the commentary, he just really says everything they're doing in the ear. And he has to always plug the WWE app at the most random times. JBL, you know, he tries to do shoot commentary. Like, he tries to be funny all the time. And Keen, he just is so lifeless until John Cena appears. I don't even know if it'll be good again. We'll have to wait and see, but I think it'll pick up soon enough. I think soon enough they're going to be like, okay, we got to change it up a little bit, and we will get better commentary down the road. And his second question is, would you rather be buried by Triple H, sent to hell by The Undertaker, or fight Big Show in a 60-minute Iron Man Hell in a Cell match while dressed as a piece of steak? Triple H burial, because if I get buried by Triple H, then that means more money for me down the road, because then Triple H will be like, hey, Chase, ugh, I really want to wrestle you one more time, ugh, in the middle of that ring, ugh. So, in all honesty, Triple H being buried, because maybe I will impress him during our match, and I'll get paid more money, and maybe get accepted to the Breakfast Club, damn it. Jake Loomis asks, what are your thoughts of TNA bringing back the 6-sided ring? I already answered that question, don't really care that much. Final Limits asked the question, what do you think of when Punk turned heel in 2009 on Jeff Hardy by cashing the Money in the Bank briefcase after Hardy nearly killed himself in a match with Edge to win? Oh, that was a good heel turn for Punk. You know, the CM Punk character was kind of getting stale and boring anyways. I'm straight edge, and I'm better than you. I don't smoke. I don't drink. My only addiction is competition. Like, that was kind of getting a little bit boring, so it's good that they changed up, you know, Punk's character, and it made Jeff Hardy, once again, the more sympathetic underdog character that he played very, very well. What did you think of when Festus turned into Luke Gallows and joined Punk with that chick? That chick was Sarita, by the way. Luke Gallows was a good character because, you know, the Festus character, it was interesting. I'll give Festus this. It was an interesting character, But Luke Gallows, it was cool, you know, because it made Punk look legit. You know, here's this guy that we saw on TV that made this kind of face right here, like, and Punk was able to turn that guy into a well, you know, respected human being. That's cool. That shows that CM Punk actually has some power and he could save people. So it was a really, really good job by the WWE. Really smart thinking by CM Punk too. Bubblegum flavored steroids asks, what did you think of Jesse from Jesse and Festus team when he turned into Slim Master J in 2009? I never cared for Jesse, man. I'm sorry. Don't really care about Slim Master J. I prefer Trevor Murdoch singing than Slim Master J. How about that? Question number 2. What did you think of that jobber Jimmy Wayne Yang and him losing in his debut match in 2006? I didn't really consider Jimmy Wayne Yang as a jobber. I just consider Jimmy Wayne Yang as a failed experiment by the WWE. A country cowboy. I don't know. An Asian cowboy. I don't know how Jimmy Wayne Yang thought of that gimmick or how the WWE thought of that gimmick. But obviously, I didn't think it was entertaining enough to last a long time in the WWE. I didn't really mind him all that much. He was definitely different. Good for the Cruiserweight division when the Cruiserweight division was around. But other than that, didn't really care all that much. Red Wolf 316 asked a question. What were some of your favorite Disney Channel shows? Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Boy Meets World, Proud Family. I'm trying to think more. I'll just say those 4 for now. I can't really think of any others off the top of my head. I like the old school Disney Channel. The new school crap. Like, I think the last new school crap show I liked was Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. Like, I think that was the last one. But then afterwards, all the other new school shows, I just was like, fuck this. This is garbage. So, that's just me. Red Wolf 316 also asked a question. Why did WWE give up on Ryback? It just seems like, to me, they were building up Ryback just to have him get fed to John Cena. Yeah, pretty much. Poor Ryback, man. I feel bad for the guy. You guys know me if you were subscribed to my channel for a long time. I was one of the biggest Ryback supporters. When everyone was shitting on him, I was like, beat me more. I was on the Ryback hype train and all that other crap. So it's sad that he just got fed John Cena like so many other people. I just feel with Ryback, they just didn't see any improvement. I believe like in Q&A number 29, someone asked me a question about Ryback, and I said it could also be on the side of Ryback not improving that much for the WWE because, let's face it, he didn't really improve much in the ring. He only had, like, you know, 2 go-to moves, and it wasn't like, besides those 2 go-to moves, which were the meat hook clothesline and the shell shock, he didn't really have much going for him inside the ring department. So if you're going to expect Ryback to go a 30-minute match, you are not going to get a good result out of it. And I think that's what ultimately led to Ryback not really getting the push and not really getting the good opportunity that he was expecting. So that's just my personal opinion of what happened to Ryback. The Gochi Man are, what are your thoughts on LeBron James possible leaving the Miami Heat? Interesting. I don't think he will leave the Heat. I think him, Bosh, and Wade are going to sign back together. He has a better chance winning with Bosh and Wade again, even though, yes, Dwayne Wade has declined, and yes, Chris Bosh is not really that great anymore. But when it comes down to it, you know, what other team can you go to where he can win a championship? I know everyone's like, oh, why doesn't he just go to San Antonio? Well, LeBron James is looking to make money this year. I mean, he took already a budget cut. He's not looking for budget cut. He's looking to get paid. And I don't mind if LeBron James is looking to get paid. Good for LeBron James trying to get paid, and I wish him the best of luck in his free agency ventures. And July 1st, we'll see where he's going. The Gochi Man asks, do you think Antonio Cesaro is going to be a big star in a few years? Yeah. Yep. Totally agree. Depends on how WWE executes him, but he just has the potential. And if anything, you know, if he's not going to get pushed anytime soon, the WWE fans, or as like WWE likes to call him, the WWE universe, will force the WWE to push this guy to the top. So yes, he will do very, very well in the WWE. Sharora Horror asks, what did you think of Matt Hardy's TNA debut at Genesis on January 2011? Oh, that was so dumb. Eric Bischoff, you won, Hardy! You got Hardy! It was Matt Hardy. Oh, God, that was hilarious, man. His match with RVD wasn't that bad. Actually, Matt Hardy's running TNA, excuse me, was actually pretty solid. I didn't think it was terrible. Obviously, it didn't end well, But, you know, it was actually pretty solid. You know, he had pretty good matches with RVD and pretty good matches with AJ Styles. So, you know, it wasn't that bad of a run, but it was hilarious, though, because just how Eric Bischoff set it up, that's what made it funny, man. It was just like, you want Hardy, Rob? You got Hardy. And what did you think of Matt Hardy's fake suicide note and all that shit he was going through in summer 2011? It was pretty sad, man. Like, I remember it was like I read something. It was like online. Oh, Matt Hardy got DWI, and then I think it was Kuda Charumba who was like, Chase, look at what happened to Matt Hardy. And then he sent me like a video of Matt Hardy in his like fucking hotel room, and he was like, or not his hotel room, his house, and it was all fucked up, and he was like doing all that crazy stuff. It was very scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's something I won't laugh about. Is like suicide and all that other stuff. But it was very crazy, and I was hoping Matt Hardy would be okay, and I'm glad he's okay, and I'm glad he has found happiness in his life doing other stuff. Lona Lowell asked, what did you think of Karma made her WWE debut in 2011 by attacking Michelle McCool? It was a good way to write off Michelle McCool. I don't know if it left that much of an impact for the Karma character, but definitely showed that Karma is a bad motherfucker and that you shouldn't mess with her. But like I said, I don't know how much of an impact that made for her. And do you like Lay Cool in 2010 or not? Oh, I love Lay Cool. I loved her dance. Like, I love that fucking dance that he used to do. And I loved when they had Kaval, you know, like he was part of Team Lay Cool. That was amazing. I loved Lay Cool. Lay Cool was hilarious. But great diva tandem. I hope they make like a Lay Cool in the future. I mean, I know the BFFs in NXT are kind of like a watered down version of Lay Cool, but Lay Cool was just hilarious, man. They did some really, really good stuff. Lino Gino asked, what did you think of Crime Time split up in 2010? It was very sad because I liked Crime Time. I felt they still had a lot of legs underneath them and that they could have been a good tag team. It's such a shame because they're one of the tag teams that were actually over and entertained that never won the World Tag Team straps. I kind of wish they did win the tag team straps down the line, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes they just don't. You just don't win those belts. In all honesty, here, it was a sad day for me. It was. I liked Crime Time. And when you laugh, are you being smug and sarcastic, or are you being serious? Because I can't tell which it is. When I laugh is generally my reaction. Like when I was laughing at the previous question where, you know, he was talking about the Matt Hardy. I was laughing because I just remembered how funny it was. Eric Bischoff saying, "You want Hardy? You got Hardy." Like in my recent Raw review when I was laughing about Cameron and Paige on commentary. That's genuine because I was actually laughing at that when I was watching it live. I laugh. Normally when I laugh, it's genuine. It's a genuine laugh. Like I think you also asked the Tito Ortiz question. Oh God, Tito Ortiz. It's normally genuine. It's not to be sarcastic or smug. I laugh when I find something funny. And that's just the bottom line. I can't control myself. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people think it's just me trying to be sarcastic or smug, but it's really a genuine laugh. And if you know me as a person, you know I laugh just in general just because I think it's funny. Like I like laughing. Laughing I think is healthy for the human soul and the human heart. I know a lot of people don't believe me. I know a lot of people look at me as a dick persona that's like 6'5" and 212 pounds, but I'm not. I'm actually just a 5'8" fat ass that likes to laugh a lot. So, you know, you see, I'm even laughing at myself. So, you know, when it comes down to anytime you see me laughing during my videos, just know that you actually made me laugh. Like when someone asked about the Matt Hardy debut at Genesis, I still just think of Eric Bischoff saying, "You want Hardy? You got Hardy." You know, so, hey, it's just genuine. I can understand where I come off as sarcastic and smug sometimes when I laugh. But in all honesty, when I'm laughing, it is fucking true. That Tito Ortiz video that I made in, you know, last year, I think it was, the Tito Ortiz video, or maybe 2 years ago, where he was revealed as the August warning. I had to do 5 different takes on that video because one video I fucking fell onto the floor laughing so hard. I thought it was hilarious. That shit was the funniest scene I've seen next to Devon Dudley getting revealed. And it's in recent wrestling memory. So, oh god. So yes, my laugh is genuine, but I can totally understand where you think I'm coming off as sarcastic and smug with it. But just know most of the time I am laughing at some of the stupidity of professional wrestling. Kiko Pimbo asked a bunch of questions, and you know what? Kiko Pimbo, only 2 questions per video. So I'm not going to answer all these questions. Maybe you can send them on later on, but I'll answer the first two. What do you think of the time when Kane pulled jumper cables to Shane McMahon's testicles? It's definitely not as funny as when JR was put on fire by Kane. That looks so fucking fake. When Kane put JR on fire, like it looked like JR, man. Oh, that was hilarious. What did you think of when Jericho hit Stacy in the face with the chair after the 2003 Royal Rumble? Shocking that Stacy took a bump. I mean, Stacy has taken some major bumps in her career. I'll give her props on that. Nothing on the Mae Young level of bumps, but she has taken some freaking hard shots in the head and, you know, finisher moves by other wrestlers. So I'll give Stacy props for that. Reginald D. Huff asked, "Where do you see yourself in 68 years?" Oh, I like it. I like the number you used there, Reginald. Very good shit. 68. Where do I see myself in 68 years? Old, retired, enjoying my life with my grandkids and my hopefully 3 daughters because I don't want sons. Yeah, that's where I see my life. Hopefully living healthy still too, never dying. And how old were you when you got into the business? The wrestling business, year 2000. So I was born in 1993, 7, 6 or 7 years old, around there. Probably 7 years old. That's when I got into the wrestling business. Little Fish asked a question, and guys, do you not read the description? 2 per person. Little Fish, Reginald, and Kiko Pimble asked multiple questions. 2 per people, and I'm only answering 2. What race are you, man? Dutch, Indonesian. That's what race I am. Skin color, white. I hope that answered the question. Where were you born? 619 San Diego, California. So I'm only answering 2 questions. You can ask the other questions at other times, but 2 questions per person. That's why I expanded the Q&A to twice a week. So that way you guys can ask more questions. How annoying is good mic work with his BS Cena defending? I don't find it annoying. I think that he has some valid points of what he's saying. Sometimes he can be a little bit over the top, but he definitely has some valid points for what he's saying. So I don't find it too annoying. And what did you think of the new Nexus? Oh, fucking garbage, dude. I think the best part of the new Nexus is when CM Punk's like, "Hey guys, kendo stick initiation." Like that was legit. I was like, okay, if they're gonna do all these crazy initiation, because just know, like, I'm a football player and a wrestler in high school. I never went through those initiations, like, ever in my life. But I always pictured that, like, you know, when I reached varsity football, I was supposed to do these stupid initiations. So it was kind of cool because it was like, you know, hey, you're being initiated. That's what I thought it was going to be, like, you know, crazy stuff that they had to do, and then, like, the rebellion, but at the end of the day, CM Punk would always get the back. That's what I thought they were going to do with the new Nexus, but they just totally flopped, and just terrible. Just fucking terrible. John Cook asked the question, how awesome would it be if Cena got a career-ending injury? Wouldn't that be great news for us that this worthless human being is no longer dared to piss off and insult our intelligence? I wouldn't want a career-ending injury on John Cena because I'm not that mean of a person. I'm not saying you're a mean person, John Cook. I actually like you. But I'm not one of those people that wish career-ending injuries on anyone. Even Edge, even though I hated Edge, I wouldn't wish, you know, his career to end. Because, you know, at the end of the day, this is, you know, how he's going to make money. And even if he did have a career-ending injury, dog, he's still going to be a part of WWE somehow. You know that. He will somehow still insult your intelligence behind the scenes. So, at the end of the day, do you really want Cena gone from our TV? Because he'll end up writing the storylines. Could you imagine everyone booked like Super Cena? Oh, God, that'd be terrible. And what move did Daniel Bryan do to injure his neck? I don't know the exact move, but from what I have heard, he injured his neck when he did the diving headbutt from on top of the, you know, the crane. He did a diving headbutt from off the top of the crane, and that's what, you know, hurt his neck. That's what I've heard from, you know, the dirt sheets and from other YouTubers. That's the move that injured his neck, but I'm not 100% sure. So, but it would kind of be that diving headbutt. That's when I thought that match should have ended too. You know, they did a bunch of other stuff, but at the end of the day, I think that's what hurt his neck. But thank you guys so much for sending in the questions. I'll try to get through the Q&As much more faster next time. You know, some questions, you guys know me. If you guys watch these Q&As long enough, you know me. I like to ramble on, and I like some of the questions. Some of the questions can even be their own topic videos. But anyways, thank you guys very much for sending in those questions. Tuesday Q&A coming up next Tuesday, so send in your questions for that. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68, and check out my website, Chilling with Chase. Got an MMA podcast coming out later tonight for you guys, and doing the NBA draft with my boy More to Life Entertainment TV on his channel, More to Life. So that way, to discuss, you know, the NBA draft. So yes, yes, yes. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy your guys' day. Enjoy your Thursday. Stay tuned for the MMA podcast. Deuces.